Jay from Team DMA. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Let's try to make this one a quick one because we got to cover a few duels. So this is for people who are new, people who casually duel, and people who are advanced. And let's talk about the Dark Magician, what I really like. So what I wanted to talk about was Dark Magician is not actually the deck. Dark Magician deck is not actually where people tell you that it's weak and this and that. The crybabies, the fake Dark Magician players. And you know, on my channel, that's all we do. We bash the fake Dark Magician players because it's their fault. And people are like, oh, you're playing the blame game. No, no, no. Let's be honest for a moment here. We're always honest, but let's be honest about this topic. They tell you all this stuff, you believe them, and then you suck because they suck. So they trick you. So you have people who are leaders and people who are followers or people who look up to someone. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong to looking up to someone like me and everyone that exists. Look up to someone because that's how you get a goal and you get a mentor. And actually, people who are cemented in history, like strong characters, people who are historically known, guess what? They all have mentors. So that's not a wrong thing. What I'm saying is having a mentor when he's fake is bad. Having a mentor that's lying to you is bad. It can damage you, it can cause hurt in many different ways. So that's why even in Yu-Gi-Oh, even though people may laugh at me, Jay, you take everything too serious. Everything should be serious because when you take something as a joke, like a specific person, then that means you take people as a joke. Now, can I joke around? Sure, I joke around here and there, but not when it comes to helping the people. Help and joking don't mix. And if you do that, you're gonna get in an unhealthy habit, and things are not gonna go well for you. You're gonna find out. So I'm gonna show you that no matter what happens, you can out anything. Okay, extravagance, remove, draw two, activate. So this guy here on the top, K Lauren one. So I don't know if he's a guy or a girl, but I've seen him play this deck. This deck has gone like in a win streak, like a lot of win streak, like 6 in a row single. And he did actually manage to beat me also. And he didn't want to go a few times again. And he switched the deck that would crush my profile. But I'm going to show you just so that you see variants of the deck and how to play it correctly. I did switch out the feather for a fake failure. The reason for that is because I'll be talking about that in the future, which is cards that you're going to want to incorporate into the Dark Magician because of the advanced tier 1 and decks that are starting to feel like tier 0. But I'll talk about that in another video, but let's move on with the video. So he hits that, the Soul Absorption gets it, activates, and then special from that, the monster is ready to rock and roll, the Eater of Millions. Sets two, passes. So then I go, and this is our hand here. Now the effect failure is always feather, but like I said, I'm still testing it, and the reason is because I'm gonna be trying some new YCS profiles that are coming out, and I'm gonna see if not the ash. I want to try effect failure first to see how it plays in the deck, and we're just testing. Like I said, in the future, I'll show you guys the profile. So let's take a look here. So first of all, you can't touch the guy. If you try to touch him, your cards are going to be banished, right? And then after that, there's a lot of cards in the bag, so they could be dangerous. So you're going to have to find a way to get rid of them all. But if you know anything, if you've ever dueled me, it doesn't matter if I play like a hyper budget or like a handicap deck on purpose. It doesn't matter. This isn't about excuses. It doesn't matter if I play a high-end deck on my version, middle or bottom. I always know the out to everything. So contrary to the belief that Dark Magician is not a good deck and this and that and this is complicated, they don't know what they're talking about. The Dark Magician can out anything. Anything that exists, it can out it. Take my word. Take it from Jay. So we're gonna out everything here. Rod, search, circle, activate illusion, magician souls, stack, activate circle, get dark magic attack, activate magician souls, activate dump dark mission, special summon dark mission. We're gonna go ahead and banish the eater. Then I trigger the effect, get his light points, activate dark magic attack. We pop everything after that. So he's making fun of us on the bottom. And he says that we're F because he brought Rapidaptor. And according to him, it's supposed to be like a big deal, right? So to be honest with you, in my opinion, like, because I can speak for myself, right? Like my perspective, in order to beat this deck, there is a sequence that shuts it down. So I actually don't do that sequence because I just wanted to out the board. And you might be wondering, no, he's full of smack or this. No, I'm being serious. These profiles there's like 3 variations of it, and this is one of the top 3. They're like very powerful, and they can actually win locals. They don't do good in YCS, but I'm not going to like neglect the deck. Actually, Prism Heart plays the local champion version of it, and they're very notorious for having ins and outs to everything, and basically there's nothing you can do. As you can see, like it doesn't matter what you do, they have an in and out for everything. They are top tier. I would consider them tier 1. If you doubt it, play one of these decks and you'll soon find out. Nothing you do helps you. But if you play Dark Magician and you're having trouble with this deck, let me know and I'll tell you the sequence. I don't want to reveal it because remember, the Magician doesn't reveal all the secrets. But if you play Dark Magician or you play a variation of my deck, talk to me and private on my Discord or send me a message and I'll let you know how to shut this deck down. But for purposes of the duel, we're going to keep going because I need to show you the plays. Activate Dragoon. So he's thinking that he won at this point. According to him, he's thinking that he's thinking that he won. But Dark Magician has an in and out to everything. When I get our zone card, boost and attack, double attack. So we're gonna stop it there. So there you go. So from here, there is an option to link both, and you'll be like, well, you need Dragoon. Well, since you don't have a card to discard, it can be outed. And to be honest with you, there was another better sequence where Rapidator would have stayed on the field, but you don't want to cry over spilled milk, and that's what we got going on. The better option would have been probably to have the feather as the effect veiler like I usually do, because that way I would have triggered that, and then you can have the discard material on your hand to out anything else after that and win for sure. Because Dragoon, if you have a card in your hand, you can always survive. But if you don't, well then, when people have 2 or 3 cards, it's still manageable. It's just when they have 5 or more cards, yeah, Dragoon's not good enough. But there you go. I just showed you and disproved the fake Dark Magician community telling you that Dark Magician is not good. We outed the board, banished, outed the back, and then the Rapidator came. We outed that too. We outed everything. There was a lot of sequence going on. You can see all the stuff in the graveyard, and it's all just moving here and there. The only issue is you're going to be top decking, and in my opinion, the 2 routes to go, I would have the feather like I usually do for the effect veiler, but I'm just testing it. And the other route would be double linking there to go into the draw more. And you might be wondering like, well, that's kind of dumb. Against this deck, you do, because you're going to need to banish every turn. If you don't, then they're going to banish you and you're going to end up losing. So let's move on to the next duel. Okay, so here's the same guy. You can see his name on the top. So according to him, he switched his deck to a more powerful deck. But I told him it doesn't matter. But the whole point is, on my turn, I never surrender. Like if you ever duel me, I never surrender. I just go until I lose, until you beat me. And he's playing a pendulum. And I did see him play with the pendulum before. I haven't seen him lose, but I only saw like 3 singles. I haven't seen more than that. So it is undefeated, and we're going to go ahead and test it. But I'm going to show you how broken some of these decks are. So Rod, search, Servant, Link, Circle, Servant, stack, activate, double draw, activate, dump Dark Magician Girl, activate, draw, activate, fusion, activate, chain effect, draw, set. It's already live. Draw 2 more cards, set again. So here's the cards that we have on the board. So to be honest with you, this board's pretty broken, but I'm going to show you how like top tier decks can break anything, like, because we have 1 negation, an interruption, another interruption, and then another negation, and then we have a draw, and that's going to end up being a negation because most of our cards are either quick play or traps, so they do more negates. So we have a lot going on here, but I'm going to show you when you play against the top tier deck, it's not what the fake Dark Magician community shows you, like people out everything you have. And I've shown you those duels before so that you guys don't fall into the fake trap that people tell you that like a village and a Dragoon is broken. I'll show you some duels and you're going to see people out anything. As long as it exists, they can out it. It's all about outpacing your opponent and drawing more. Oops. So he's going to activate, and that's going to negate it. And when it goes to the extra deck, he pops. And then he plays a spell. We're going to go ahead and negate that. Activate, and then he's going to negate us again. So he's pretty much out at everything. Trigger, Rod, get back. Activate, Pendulum. Pendulum, he's going to open. He's going to get the card back. Now he's got it out, and he's going to set a card face down. So now, you know how I play. If you ever played with me or you follow my sequence, I'm not interested in outing one card. I want to out everything. I want to break the board, and that goes for every turn. We don't always win every turn. Sometimes you have to play in defense. Sometimes you have to play in attack, but we're going to try to out everything and see how it goes. As it activate and pop. So at this point, the Dark Magician community lost here because he triggered and then it pops it, and that's it. The board's cleared. He won, right? But I'm going to show you advanced sequences of the community always attacking me for Jay doesn't play Monster Reborn. It means he's stupid. Jay doesn't play Monster Reborn. It's because he doesn't know how to play Dark Magician. But no. After this video, I'm gonna show you all the cards that are Monster Reborn. Those people, and excuse my language, but they're stupid. Because Monster Reborn is in the Dark Magician like 3 or 4 times. You don't even need Reborn. Reborn's just an extra card. I'm gonna prove it. So basically, he cleared my board, so we lost. Technically, he popped everything. So here we go, Dark Magician. And then we're going to chain from the floating effect, and then Rod. Rod, Servant, activate, Circle, activate, draw 2, activate, Celine, activate. There's a Reborn. It banished because we don't want that card anymore. Activate, Timaeus with the illusion. Stack, dump, activate. We got Dragoon on the board. We're going to go ahead and attack. So even though he was beating us, and you might be thinking like, wow, you came back, right? You came back and he hasn't touched me. But his deck's powerful, okay? He's going to start popping everything again, and he's going to start breaking the board. But we're ready because we got our Eternal Soul, which is our Monster Reborn with Celine. And we got the Dragoon, and we got on the card, here it is, there can only be one. So I've been warning people, you want to play Dragoon and there can only be one. That's broken. And if you don't believe me, try it and you'll see. There's a specific sequence you play it to play it properly. Then a trigger, special. We're going to go ahead and banish. We want those cards out of here to stop it, and we're going to break the board. The moment you break the board, they have to go. All of his monsters have to go. And yours too, but we don't care because we have Dragoon on the board. So he's going to have one monster versus Dragoon. And that's not going to be good for him. And next turn, we're going to pop and attack, and that's game. So he surrendered. But if you think I'm BSing, go back on the video. He outed everything I did, negated everything I did, and nothing mattered. So let's go to another duel. So this final duel is an Amazoness deck. I've been dueling this guy for about a year. He's been progressing. Congrats to him. So, Jara. So definitely check out his profile, his dueling skills. You can meet all of these guys. You can meet them in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 2. You do have famous YouTubers that come here once in a while. You can tell because their decks are like 10 to 12 negates. You see YCS here once in a while, but you got to learn some of these guys. They're really broken, really good players. And this guy's a back and forth. I used to beat him all the time, but like after 7 months, he got really good at his Amazoness deck. And he beats me now. And I updated the deck just a little bit, just a few tweaks, as you already seen some recent updates for the deck, just 1 or 2 cards. And activate the illusion, Rod, summon, activate, salvation, set eternal, activate souls, dump, special, link, preparing for bestial, spellbook engine, draw, and then activate shortly after the magician souls, draw more, draw, activate, draw some more, says set, pass. He's gonna summon. We're gonna go ahead and negate everything. He's gonna try to chain, and he's gonna special summon spam like every deck that exists. Like if you don't understand that, then I don't know if you should continue to play Yu-Gi-Oh. All people do is special summon spam and then spells. Some go traps, but there's nothing else that happens. Come on, you guys. Negate it, and then we shut everything off. Everything's dead now. Gonna activate attack. We're gonna negate that. He's gonna activate the effect, send it back to his hand. because he can't bring it onto the field. He stops the attack, sets. My turn. Start with the Mayas, pop them, because the floodgate, activate, stack with the servant, activate. We're gonna start banishing. Once you're on the banish circle, ride it as long as you can. Your deck should usually have like some negations for the board breaking, but sometimes you don't get them, right? So who cares? Don't cry, just keep going. Just ride the circle internal as long as you can. And activate. We're gonna go activate. And I banish the face down because sometimes banishing the face up, you already know what they are. But he tried to pop our Dark Magician, but it didn't work. He always forgets. We're going to keep triggering the effect. Banish it. That thing's out. He takes a rod to his hand. I told you this deck is broken. Sets. Activates and back to hand. Trigger effect. Activates again. Activates to banish. And then I banish the card because you don't want it to keep coming back. You can't let them keep chaining. Only you can chain. They can't. You gotta stop their chains because they'll keep looping and looping and looping. You gotta banish everything. If you don't, they'll get you first. So it's a do or die situation. Attack. You see what I mean? It's not working. It's not a good idea. You're in a loop. And then he's in a loop and he's taking your cards. He took my other card now. When I face tier 1 and tier 0, even tier 1 and tier 0 are not this strong. I'm not joking. Like, see me duel against any YCS national, any first place, any tier 0, they all die. Like, they don't stand a chance. This deck you can't stop it. It's broken. And he takes your cards. A really, really good Amazoness deck. You might want to try this profile. A lot of the times I keep dueling just so you guys see every card. Because people sometimes are like, man, what is it? It's useless. Why isn't it just this or that, or it's boring? So that you can see the profile, man. I'm doing you a favor. We're just ending the turn. We're going to switch to the fans. You got nothing to out the Dark Magician right now because the lock. Till now, you break it. Banish the card. Link, draw. So that's going to be it. This is over here. He's going to try to pendulum, but no, that's not going to happen. Going to attack, hit us. And we're going to try to break the lock, the floodgates. Because we don't like floodgates. We just give them to our opponent, right? I agree with everyone. Activate. We're going to let the skill drain active. Banish, because you got to keep everything under control. With the Omni Negate of the spell, you're good. It's all good. Activate. And I wrote it like a cowboy. Dark Magic attack. He triggers our effect veiler against us. But it was a bait. The rod. Open up the field. Get that back to our hand. What are we going to fuse? Nah, Dark Magic attack. So if you really liked the video, have any questions or concerns, let me know. That was a lot of decks that are like either rogue or meta or whatever, wherever they land, but they play like top tier decks. They're broken. They negate everything you do, nothing you do. The skill drain doesn't work on them. Nothing works on them. You can negate them, remove them, whatever you do, and the decks just keep going and going. They're very powerful. There's a lot of powerful duelists, and you know I also like to do the YCS decks as well, so that you guys can see how to beat them. If you have questions about the first place national of the one, I'm going to tell you how to beat the deck. I'm going to make another video discussing the update, like I said earlier today, and what cards you're going to want to implement to keep up with today's meta, tier 1, no tier 0, but tier 1 decks. There is one tier 0 deck that is in play, but people don't know about it. It's been around for about a month. It's called Rapidator, the Rapidator deck. That deck is a tier 1. It can do 13 negates per turn. You don't believe me? Every single card in the deck is one card combo. Really. It's not a joke. If you don't believe me, All right, wait until you run into it, because people don't believe me on what I say, right? And then when they get smacked in the face, then they act like Jay didn't tell them. Wrap adapter tier 0. So that's going to be it for the video. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Hopefully you like the video. If you want to help support the channel, you can give it a like or you can subscribe, leave a comment. Dark Magic Attack.